Your hair's a mess. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spill the Tea. I'm Meryl Katlin from Make a Tea
And I'm Guillermo
Online,
Ayllon.
and we welcome you to Spill the Tea.
Spelled it.
So, this episode of Spill the Tea, Guillermo and we are going to have a conversation about 2026, but not like everybody thinks we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about our New Year's resolutions. We're going to talk about the 2026 t-shirt design contest. Believe it
Yay.
or not, it's coming up.
Yeah. And we already have a theme, a topic for this year's contest, for next year's contest.
For next year. I feel like we just got done with this year's t-shirt contest, and
Same.
now we're on to next year's t-shirt contest. So the theme for this year is opposites. And you ask, what is the t-shirt design contest? Well, this is our 13th year doing the t-shirt design contest. And if you count COVID, it's really
Yeah.
our 14th year. 14 years have passed since our first one, but this is our 13th year actually presenting the contest. So, Guillermo, you want to talk a little bit about the contest and what it is?
Yeah, actually, let me just do something real quick.
Okay.
I have this. I tried to do my homework today, so this is this year's contest, the opposites.
Okay. Let's see. What are we pulling up? Are we pulling up the website? Are we pulling up the logo? Oh, there it is. Okay. So every year we put out a theme for all of the students. So it's all students. Any kid in school from kindergarten to 12th grade, we put out a theme. Actually, we think pretty hard about what would be a good theme because when we're designing, we're always thinking about designing for apparel. Always thinking about the best way to design for apparel, the best way to implement a design on a t-shirt, and the printing methods and all kinds of stuff that we think about in the t-shirt industry. And so when we think about a theme, we try to figure out what are the kids going to draw that is going to be really something that would look like artwork on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so we've had some like really great themes like magic. I think magic was one of the best years we ever had. And we had all kinds of magical artwork that the kids did. It was really actually pretty incredible.
Yeah,
And
when
we
you can start imagine stuff, but it's not the same. The kids came up with a bunch of great ideas and stuff that you never think of. So, and I
hmm
have to
right.
say, every artwork that they did looks awesome on a t-shirt. I will keep saying this every year. I mean,
hmm
this looks. I don't know. The t-shirt gives them a different sense of quality. I don't know.
Yeah, I sometimes I think like they don't really even know what it's going to look like until we print it on a shirt. And sometimes we try to kind of push them in a way like not to use light pencil, not to use light colors, but there was one year, I think it was before the magic year. I don't remember what the theme was. And a lot of the kids drew in colored pencil and they drew very detailed artwork. And that was beautiful artwork. The as you start out with like a kindergarten child and you see how their mind progresses and it moves up into middle school. Middle school, they start getting very introspective. And then in high school, yeah, and then in high school, it's totally like like off the chart with their artwork.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's because they are just drawing or trying to put on paper their imagination and not thinking on how it's going to look on the t-shirt or I don't know. It's something that I mean every kid's artwork, no matter the age, on a t-shirt looks amazing. I don't know why. Actually, I have
Yeah.
a drawing that Mateo gave me. I wanted to put that on a t-shirt. So
Okay. And you can do that. Yeah, so you came up with this logo, like the pink and the green, and those are, I guess, opposite colors.
yeah,
So sometimes,
complementary colors. So
right?
it's to give the sensation and the idea of what the topic is about. I mean, for me, opposites is day and night, black and white. So I don't know for the kids. I don't know what's going to be. I'm just excited to see what they come up from with. Yeah,
You and I are going to be surprised. I think that that this logo, the way you designed it, it is very like it doesn't give them a specific like visual on what to draw. You kind of
and
left
that's
it
the idea.
open to them.
And that's the idea. Just to give them the concept, but not an idea on. Oh, I want you guys to draw this. No, the idea is just let your imagination goes. Just try to put everything inside the opposite theme.
Right, right. So what we basically do is this is first of all this is free to all the children. So all of the students, it's free to them. We put it out there. They draw, and I think sometimes that they have more fun drawing sometimes than actually if they become a finalist or not, because when they submit the artwork, it's they're really excited about submitting the artwork. And in the past year, we've actually reached out to a bigger audience because we initially kept it in our area in our town. Actually, it was at the Our Town Carnival, so it was a festival that we had here that was very well attended, and we would have the contest there. We would have people voting there, voting in person. We had voting online, and the kids who entered came from different groups, different like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, homeschool groups, school groups, clubs. They were like a chunk of kids that we would get to join to enter the contest. That would not join, but enter the contest. And we tried to reach out through the schools, through the art teachers. This last year we reached out through Plunge. So Plunge is a really super cool kind of boutique hotel on Fort Lauderdale Beach. It's actually called Lauderdale by the Sea. It's in a real kind of a artsy area there, and their lobby is an art gallery, and they have kids plunge into the arts. They have showings pretty much like on the weekends there, well, during the week, but then they have like a showing on the weekend, or they'll have a party and they'll announce it. And they have a relationship also with some of the schools and some of the art teachers. And we had our entries last year, because it was at Plunge for the first year. Our entries were a lot of high school students, which was great
Right.
because was always kind of hard to get a high school student, not because the kids didn't want to do it, but because I guess the teachers had their curriculum, and they had other things to do. They're older, where the middle school kids were really totally into it. Now we had the high school kids, and it's kind of a little bit different for us, for Guillermo and I, because we're dealing now with the kids as opposed to dealing with the parents with the high school kids.
Right.
Texting them and telling them when to be there, and all of that. For us, it's very we have to be very organized with putting together the contest. Guillermo builds the website, and where are we with the website at this point?
It will be out by the time this video is out, so you can just go now and enter the website. Actually, we should talk about how people can enter
Yeah,
the
yeah.
contest. So let me see if I have something here. Yeah, I do.
Okay, okay. So they fill out the entry form, and the reason we need the entry form is because we have to get your name, we have to get your email, we have to get your phone number. A lot of the communication I do is through texting. And remember, this is completely free for all of the students to enter, but we pick the best of each category, or else we would have to be printing 500 t-shirts and it would just be kind of crazy to do that. So we picked
Right.
the best based on the rules, and mostly importantly is that they can be there for the event. So the event is going to be held on May 2nd, but we need to have all the artwork in by February 6th, Friday, February 6th. So we're putting it out now so that the students have time over the Christmas holiday and they have a little bit more time to draw. It seems like a lot of the kids spend a good amount of time on their drawing. They may draw more than one, but the ones that really have made it, those kids seem to have spent maybe like a couple weeks actually creating their artwork. And then we have to scan it. Guillermo takes a look at all of the ones that we pick. We pick the finalists. We let the finalists know that they are a finalist, and the finalists get some nice prizes. Well, they all get their artwork printed on a t-shirt. We professionally print their artwork on a t-shirt. So they get their t-shirts. That's why we have to know your size. If the parents want to buy a t-shirt, then they can go onto the website and buy a t-shirt, and that's fine. And then this year we had 5, 6, 7, 8 dance perform at the t-shirt fashion show, which was so much fun. We were on the beach. We had snacks for the kids. We have trophies. We have plaques for the winners, and one of the fun parts is we have two different ways to vote. So we upload everything to Facebook and we have social media votes. Of course, it's likes and everybody sends it out to all of their friends, which is fun because then people all over the world can see your artwork and see everybody else's artwork, which is kind of neat, totally neat. And then we have the t-shirts on display at Plunge for the guests there to vote in person. And I was really surprised how many people voted in person this year at Plunge. I didn't realize that they had such a big turnout there. I think they're booked. I mean, their place is booked. And then they, of course, they are open up for dinner and they have a bar inside, so people go there probably on the weekend. Local people probably go to hang out on the weekend, and they get to view the printed T-shirts and the artwork in person. And so they place their vote, and then we count those votes up, and those kids win a separate category, and then the social media is another category. So some kids won twice, and that was very fun. And then we also had local artists pick their favorites and give the kids like a custom piece, the winners a custom piece, and that was really neat. That was really neat. One
So
of our local artists. What?
to enter the contest, you first you need to live nearby Plunge. You have to be in the area. That's the first requirement,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
right?
Right. Yeah. Well, because one of the requirements is that you're able to attend the T-shirt fashion show. We haven't figured out virtually how to do it yet. That would have the same feel to it. Maybe we'll do something else another time. With around the country, which I think that we could. I'm sure we can do that. But I do like having the local contest. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that's the first one, and then you can go to the website. You have three ways. Just go to the website or email the adword to the t-shirt design contest at gmail.com, and
Right.
you can download the PDF form
Hmm.
from the website, right?
Right. You can download and also on Facebook. On Facebook
And
is a
also on
form.
Facebook.
You can download that and then you could fill that out, send it in. You could come to our location at beautifuldynastycustomapparel.com in Coral Springs and drop off your artwork, drop off your entry form. So there's three ways to enter. Like you just said, Guillermo, you can enter online. When you enter online, you go to the website and then there's an entry form there to fill out, and then you add the artwork. I think it says something like a because of the way the software is, like adding it as a quote. I think it says something like that. But you're uploading the artwork online, and then the other way is obviously emailing it into the T-shirt design contest at Gmail along with an entry form. So we have that. So we have that information. Or bringing it in,
Yeah, and
and
if you're going to email the artwork, please just try to take a good, nice quality picture of it. And if you can also bring the original artwork, because I think last this year it was all the artwork was like display on Plunge, right?
yeah. So the high schoolers had their artwork actually at Plunge on display in the lobby, which was super cool. I think
Yeah,
there's a
for
lot of
almost a week.
pictures on our Instagram. Yeah. So what were you
Nice.
gonna say? I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No. They display the artwork for almost a week, so I think that's awesome. That's great. They have like they are officially an artist because they have
Yeah.
the artwork display on a gallery, not just
Yeah. It's not just sitting there for people to look through. It is actually on the wall at Plunge, in the
right.
lobby on the wall at Plunge. Yeah. So that was through Fort Lauderdale High School, and those kids actually, some of them, they sold their paintings. So
Nice.
yeah. So the kids did great. They did great. They sold some of their paintings. They got their T-shirt. They got awards and prizes. We had gift cards. We had a lot of gift cards. They
And
got
they also
food.
spend a nice day nearby the beach. So
And you're by the beach. So it's, I mean, it's a great day. It's a great weekend. So
yeah.
right. Who wouldn't want to
So
be by
just
the
in
beach
case
on a
everybody
Saturday?
wants to know, here is the Plunge Resort address.
Yes, right. 4660 Elmar Drive, Lauderdale by the Sea. Yeah, yeah. And
And I
maybe
think
this,
I have here also some artwork from last year, from this year.
oh,
Sorry.
yes. Look at, you know what's so great about that artwork? It's so detailed. The colors are great.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, and I mean, to me, it's just when I look at that, the funny thing is you have two pieces in here. You have one with the it looks like an ice cream cone, and then you have
yeah.
another one that looks like an ice. So you have two kids. One of them was in elementary school, and the other one is in high school, and they came up with the same theme on, like the same stuff. Just you could tell it's like a little bit different style. Well, a lot different style, but it's this. But their minds must be in the same place, which is really kind of cool. That was like the two that I noticed specifically because they were both winners, and one was a little kid. I mean, I think he was in second or third grade. It was just incredible. And that was his second year. This year was his last year was his second year entering. So I hope he enters again this year. Yeah. These kids are very talented. Some of the kids have actually used the T-shirt contest winning for their when they apply for college. So they put that on their college application that they were in the Make a T-shirt design contest, and it helped them get into college, which is, I mean, I feel really good about that because these, the kids take it very serious. They take it as seriously as we do. They really do. So we appreciate doing all that work for them. So everybody listening, you have till February 6th to get your artwork because Guillermo then has to take all that artwork and he's got to go through all of that artwork and he's got to make sure that it's positioned right and all of that stuff, all that good stuff. And then we pick the finalist. And so I think, Guillermo, you and I and Stephanie are going to have a hard time picking the finalists this year because,
Every year I have a hard time.
yeah,
Every year I have a hard time because there are unique drawings in their own ways, no matter the age.
Mm-hmm.
No matter the age. I mean, and as I said before, I sometimes I feel like I'm a broken record because when you see the artwork that you said, that's not, it's okay, but and you see that artwork on the T-shirt, I mean, it's mind blowing the change. I'm not going to get tired of saying that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite part because I'm not there on virtually, and when I see the mock-ups and you send me a picture of all the T-shirts displayed on the gallery last this year,
Mm-hmm.
it was I don't know, it's it's
It was
it's
last
a different
May.
feeling.
Yeah, it is a different feeling. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We're really proud. We're really proud of it. I know that we've been doing a really good job with this every year. And now that we're at Plunge, gives us a whole different level. We've leveled up. We've leveled up from carnival to hotel lobby, carnival to art gallery. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll be in the Metropolitan Museum next year. Who knows? Who knows?
Well,
Yeah, yeah. Well. Thank you everybody for listening to this episode of Spill the Tea with
all the
Guillermo
tea.
and I. And I think our next episode we are going to be talking about 2026 and what is new
That
in
will
the
be
tea.
2026 resolutions.
To have another podcast about 2026.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. That'll be our resolution. So we can talk about colors. We can talk about yeah, yeah. That's going to be our next podcast. So stay tuned. You'll see this on YouTube, our YouTube channel. So please like, subscribe, follow us, stalk us, tell everybody about us. And we are so glad to be able to talk about the printing industry, which we are really passionate about. So thank
Yeah.
you, everybody.
Bye, everyone.